Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Okay. Got some double cards coming out here. I don't think. The Two of Cups at the bottom. Okay. There's a weird feeling here with this person. There's somebody, this is definitely somebody who means a lot to you. It doesn't have to be romance, especially since this is a general read. It could be, but this is somebody, if whatever it is, it's kind of like, I feel like you're just not sure what to do with them. You care about them greatly, but you don't know what to do with them. You're like, I don't know what to do with them. You do like them around, I think. Mostly. Usually. But you got the Four of Swords here, and it feels like sometimes this is considered a healing card. Other times it's kind of like taking a break, needing a rest. I sometimes feel like it's sometimes feeling like you're under the gun. Got to be careful what you say. Maybe holding back, telling something because you're afraid of where it's going to go. The thing is, you're successfully dealing with this person. What's the other one? Organization. You're successfully dealing with this person, but it's kind of like you're getting into a rote routine, and like I feel like you're holding your tongue a lot, so much so that it's starting to kind of like cause problems. It's almost like I instead of causing a problem or saying something that might be a problem or saying something that might upset this person, you're just electing to not say anything. Or you're getting into this pattern where you're working around somebody instead of having an issue. You're just working around them. Sorry about that. And I feel like that could be, it feels like that's what this is all about. And it's kind of like, is that going to work or is that going to cause you problems down the road? Because I feel like there's another reason. Like, if this is connecting to you, the reason this keeps happening is you do start conversations, and every now and then you try to get something out there, you try to work towards an issue, you try to work towards telling them something that you need them to know, but I feel like the energy gets a little too hot. It gets too much, they get a little upset, they get a little excitable, and you're kind of like, if I tell them this now, this could get worse. They could take this information and it could go crazy. So you're electing to walk away from it. You make so much progress, but then they start to get a little bit too much, and you're thinking, I might overload them. I think I'm going to have to back away. And then you just kind of leave it, because you're like, I don't know. If I say too much, like, it's going good, but it could drop fast. It could drop like a hot rock in 5 seconds. And I don't want that to happen. So you elect to pull back. Alright, so I feel like this is starting to really weigh on you. Kind of like, it's one of those things where you're like, I really need to start telling them certain things. And it's almost like you're looking at it like it's starting to stockpile. Like there's a lot of things you need to tell them. And there's a lot of things you want to tell them. And you're like, I've been trying to work it out. I've been trying to bring it forward. I've been trying to find the right time to say certain things. I'm trying to understand what you're doing with this, because it feels like it's really stressful for you. Kind of like you're starting to feel the pressure, like certain things have to come forward. Because it's kind of like at some point, you're worried that like, if I don't tell them, they're going to find out certain things through other methods. And you're looking at it like, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't like that idea, because that could really backfire. If there's something that they found out you knew and you didn't tell them, and they find out from someone else, that could be a problem. That could be a big problem. And you're starting to feel under the gun. I need to tell them certain things. but I need to do it the right way. That's where you get stuck. I feel like that's where you get stuck. You're like, I need to tell them certain things, but I can't just throw it out there like, good luck. Like, I can't, like, you're not just going to get a piece of paper, list all the things, and be like, here you go, read that over, bye. I don't think you're going to do that. You're kind of like, I need to bring stuff forward. I need to tell them, but I need them to be receptive to it. I need them to understand what I'm telling them and what I need them to do with it or not do with it. I need them to understand maybe why I've been holding back telling them, if they're going to be upset about that. I need to know if I need to actually say that or just kind of put it out there. There's a lot. This is heavy. I feel like this is really heavy for you. You're just kind of like, I need to tell them. I just don't know how I'm going to do it. And you know what? It starts happening. I think it does start happening because I see harvest here. And at this point, I'm not feeling bad about it. Things are starting to come forward to them. They're starting to find out this other information. When I feel harvest for them, they're starting to get the heads up on this or on that. Some stuff you knew that you just didn't seem to tell them because it didn't seem like it was right at the time. They're finding it out on their own, and they seem to be just making good on it. I'm not feeling any animosity. For some of them, they're not even considering what you did and did not know. They're not even going towards that information right now. So for some of them, it may seem odd, but either they're not thinking about it or they're not thinking you knew anything. One of the two. They just flat out may not be even considering it at that time. They're just like, oh, this is happening? Well, let me do that with it. And that's what they're doing. They're just like, oh, that's going on? Oh, okay, let me just do this. And they're just kind of like acting on it and just handling it. When I'm feeling this card, it doesn't feel negative. I don't feel anything bad with it. I do see, though, that like you need this to kind of like shape up a little more. You kind of like, all right, they're already dealing with it. They're already seeing it. They seem to be handling it well. This is my opportunity to just, put this in perspective, smooth it out. That way it doesn't become a bump later. Like, let me just get right in there now and just kind of talk it out and just see if I can just make this kind of just be an easy situation. And it does make you a little nervous because it's kind of like you can see the angle where they would come at you a little like, you knew and you didn't tell me. You can see that happening, but you're going to see if you can get around it. What I'm getting here with the Four of Wands and the High Priestess is like you're very careful about what you're saying. You're putting the information out there. You're stabilizing the situation. I don't feel bad about this. I don't feel like there's anything bad here either. I feel like you're nervous and you might be a little bit careful where you tread. Very careful. Very, very careful. You could be a little bit strategic. I'll put this out there. I'll talk about this. We'll see if that kind of pops anything off. If that goes well, all right, let's go into this. Set that up. Let's see if that pops anything off. And you're a little nervous about it. You're just like, I feel like a couple times you get a little close, kind of like, ooh, is this going to go bad? Oh, is it? No, I'm okay. We're okay. I'm still alive. Okay, I'm still alive. Like, it's one of those things, like, oh, I'm still alive. We're still good. I don't think it's bad. I don't think anything's bad here. I'm not feeling bad. Like, I'm not feeling bad energy. In the environment, though, I feel like after this moment, because like this is like you're stabilizing things, you're evening things out, and that's good, that's fine, that's cool. That seems like its own conversation. After that, I'm seeing this come in the environment. Princess of Swords, Justice, True Love come to me. Don't get caught up in the gender. She's a very good card. I like the princess energies because they mention, to me, instead of saying a page, a princess is different than a page, much different. Princess is actually cultivating or getting ready to become a queen. She's learning the ropes. She's learning what to say and what not to say. This is also somebody who, they think about things and they own their own piece of it. She's very much an ownership person, if you ask me. She looks at a situation and she's like, if you really want control of it, you got to own it. So even if you don't think you should, if you decide you're going to, that's where you truly get your control. And she's very smart with that. And I feel like that's what this person is learning. Don't get caught up in the gender again, but that's what this person is learning. So the justice is coming forward, and I feel like they're already realizing that sometimes they're hard to talk to. They may be owning that. That's why they're not getting upset with you. And they feel like they're the ones making this difficult. They know that, you don't like that, and that you might shy away from a conversation if they make it difficult for you. True love come to me is also telling me they very much value you. They value you a lot, and they're looking to make more conversations going forward. They want to make it a safer situation where you feel more confident telling them things without them flying off the handle maybe, or having a bad reaction, or a reaction that you're not going to care for. So they seem to be owning it, and I feel like this is a very powerful moment because there's going to be more conversations coming forward. All good, but I feel like they're looking to create more trust between you and them, and they want to build more of a foundation here. They seem to think that all they need to do is make you feel more secure, like you can tell them things, and it's not going to backlash in a way you don't like. And they feel like if they cultivate that environment, that you'll be conducive with that, and you'll tell them more of what's going on. They seem to be owning it. They really do, and this is really a great moment for you, is what I'm getting. This is the time where you get to start a pattern, and you really get to start to try a little bit more of letting some information out there, getting some more information out. Because it's not like you want to. It's just kind of like it's just worked better for you just to keep certain things to yourself. It just made more sense at the time. But now that this person seems to be owning the situation and being more compatible with the way you communicate and what you need to say without making it rough on you, this is like really, like, especially the grace, Isis inspirations, like you have that goddess inspiration, like that's a very intelligent, cultivated, optimal, emotional, stable energy that really knows like this is the time, this is a good time to push this forward. This is in perspective now. And the grace is like knowing how to say things, being very caring about what you're saying. The Six of Cups is like you get to let go of everything from the past. Well, as much as you want to. This is where you get to unload these burdens. The farther you get to go, the more you get to talk about this, and the nicer this person seems to be to you. Like they're being really nice to you, which is good. I just feel like this takes off a lot of burdens for you. I feel like this makes this a lot better for you. The point of this part, which I feel like is the whole point of this reading, when this moment happens, not only capitalize on that moment, but make it a stable, repetitious thing. I know some people, like once a week, there's a certain time of week they get together, the two people get together, it's just about them. They go over what's going on throughout the week. They make sure that it's just information. There's nothing about arguing. It's just information, what's happened, what's coming forward, stuff like that. They make it very easy. It's just like it's a very calm, like we love each other, we're here for each other. We just need just like sharing of information. If it becomes repetitious, I feel like this can really create a very nice phase. Would you say phase? A very nice harmony that you can keep. Like it doesn't have to, like I say phase and I kind of like, is that a good way to put this? Because it doesn't have to be like a time period that's going to pass. It can be something you set into motion and keep. And it can be something you keep for the rest of this situation. I feel like it's a good thing, especially if this is like a business situation. Set something up repetitiously, maybe 2 times a week, even if it's a business. For some reason, I feel like if it's a business thing, maybe twice a week having a short meeting, maybe a half-hour meeting, certain time of day. I remember certain places I worked, there were people that they would have business meetings like a half hour before business started. I don't know why or how that worked out, but there was purposely because then it was quiet, nobody else was around, there was no stress, and they could just talk things out and let things free without worrying about people having backlashes on them. I think we're good. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.